Hey guys, with the last installment of looking at how the foot influences the rest of the chain, we're looking at how the foot influences the hip today. So like we said in previous videos, when we take a step, when we're running, when we're jogging, when we're doing whatever we need to do with our feet moving us forward, sometimes it can draw our knee across our body or towards midline. That has to do with like the foot structure that we talked about in previous emails and videos. If we're constantly doing this, having the knee come across, our hip musculature, our glutes, they want to do, or when they're most active, they're in full hip extension, so pushing the leg behind us, or externally rotating, so causing the knee to actually go out the opposite way. So a couple of things that we do to assess that, if you can even get into those positions, are what's called a modified Thomas test. We will keep the thigh at 90 degrees and hold here and see if the opposite leg can actually drop towards the table. If it can get within parallel or within 10 degrees past the table, that's a good sign. And for rotation, we're going to do, it's called Faber's test, but we're looking at crossing the leg above the knee, putting the ankle at the thigh on the opposite leg, and seeing if the knee can actually drop towards the table. If you're stuck up here, or if one side's a lot different than the other, then we need to start working on that. So one thing that we can look at to improve some of this stuff is trying to get the hips a little bit more active, especially when we're walking and running. So we're going to actually look like we're walking and running, and we're going to hold those positions and really try to feel our posterior chain or our glute muscles. So using something to hold on to, this can be a pole, it could be anything. I'm just going to use the side of this table here, and I'm going to drive the opposite leg up as high as I can, and I'm going to have a slight lean forward. And notice that I'm trying to get my knee and lower leg back behind me, getting true hip extension without getting my ribs to flare up or my low back to arch really hard. This stuff all stays pretty quiet and in the same spot. And I'm driving up, opposite leg up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze really, really hard. And I'm going to hold that for around 15 seconds. Now, in addition to that, if we're looking to increase more rotation, then we can do the same thing, except we're going to come up. And that's the same thing we just did here on the table. And then we're going to start getting into some rotation. So with the opposite leg, we're going to rotate away, and that's going to use our external rotators on the downside hip. Try those. Try to get a hard squeeze for 15 seconds. Go through that maybe 3 to 5 rounds. Tell me what you think.